And getting help from Uncle Sam is what we're doing today, but specifically something we're all interested in, Social Security. Yes. And we have got one of our favorite folks again with us, Dr. Kylle McKinney. We just love having you because you're so informed. But you are the PR specialist in our area for Social Security.
Yes.
And there are a number of questions that our audience would be interested in. One is, when you figure out when to actually file for Social Security, is it better to do it at 62, or is it better to do, what is it that determines that?
And that is a popular question that we receive. Now, of course, as an agency, we won't tell anyone when to file,
right,
but we always ask them to consider 3 factors when they do: their age, their health, and their finances.
Okay.
Their age, health, and finances, because that will determine when it's best for them. But the earliest that a person can file for retirement with us is 62 years old.
Okay.
Understand that if they file at 62 years old, they're opting for a reduction in benefits permanently for the rest of their life.
Okay.
And that reduction factor, based upon their full retirement age, can be anywhere from 20% if their full retirement age is 65. It could be a 25% reduction if their full retirement age is 66. Or it could be a 30% reduction if their full retirement age is 67 years old. And that's permanent. And I want to mention that because there's a lot of people that believe, well, if I file early, I can make it up at full retirement and they'll bump it up. No, that's a permanent reduction.
Okay.
So, you're locked into that. So when you file is very important. Now, the earlier you file, the less you receive. The later you file, the more you receive from us.
Okay.
So at full retirement age, you can get 100% in promised benefits, or you can delay your retirement up to age 70. Now, for each year that a person delays the retirement between full retirement age up to age 70, we start paying them a bonus. And that bonus is 8% per year. So hypothetically, if my full retirement age is 67, I'm due $2,000, but I delay my retirement to age 70, that's 3 years. So I'm looking at a 24% increase. So that $2,000 has been bumped up permanently to $2,480. On the flip side, if I get it at 62, I've reduced my benefit down by 30% to $1,400. So again, your age, your health, and your finances are 3 factors to consider.
Age, health, and finances. That
yes.
makes sense.
Yes, ma'am.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of people who watch our program. I've had the question whether if you, when you get older, and you're going to either lose your husband or your wife, mm-hmm. and that's going to make a change mm-hmm. in your Social Security. What do you need to do if you're a widow or a widower?
Well, we do pay a benefit called survivor benefits, and the eligibility, of course, is you must be at least age 60 and not have remarried before 60 to qualify to get a survivor benefit on a deceased record. If an individual waits until their full retirement age to file a survivor benefit, they can receive actually 100% of whatever the number holder was due. So if I'm the number holder getting $1,000, I pass away, my wife waits until her full retirement age to draw as a surviving spouse, she gets that full $1,000. But now let's say a person is already drawing on their own record and then their spouse passes away. How do we figure which one they receive? Because we're not going to pay both benefits. You're going to get one or the other.
Right.
And the way we do it is we look at the higher of the two. So if I'm the surviving spouse and my wife passes away, but she was getting a lower amount on her record, the agency is not going to disadvantage me by paying me the lower amount. They're going to keep me on my own record. However, if her record is higher than what I'm currently getting, they'll switch me over to her record. But we won't pay both. We just pay the higher of the two. So when a person files for a survivor benefits, the first thing they want to do is contact us to let us know the death, of course. Then also we look at the fact if they were married, we pay a one-time lump sum death payment of $255. It's called a lump sum death payment of $255. It's been that way since the 1950s.
I know.
But then also we do look at the fact of, whether or not they can file a survivor benefit. Again, the criteria, they're at least age 60 years old. Now, we do pay before 60 if they're disabled. We pay disabled widows as early as age 50. Or we can pay a widow at any age, if they're caring for their child 16 years or younger in the house. So hypothetically, if I'm 37, my wife passes away, I have a 5-year-old son that I'm caring for, I can start drawing survivor benefits at 37 until my child turns 16. Once my child turns 16, the benefits are going to stop for me, the husband, but continue on for that child who's also eligible to draw survivor benefits as a child until he turns 18. But at the point that he turns 16, There's a blackout period for me, the husband, to draw any more survivor benefits
right.
until I reach age 60 years old. But to find out information about this, they can visit our website, ssa.gov, and just plug in survivor benefits. We have all kind of information about survivor benefits on our website, or they can call our toll-free number at 800-772-1213, and we can engage them that way as well.
Okay, that's wonderful. If you have both the husband and wife who took their retirement early at 62, and the husband dies, then does the wife receive 100% of what he is drawing, or?
Yes, that's correct. So if they both were getting benefits and they filed at 62, then when the spouse, whichever one passes away, they'll get 100% if the one that they're trying to file on is higher than what they're already getting.
Okay.
We're going to look at both records and always pay the higher of the two. So if I'm getting the higher amount, then my wife would have gotten on hers again. They're not going to disadvantage me. They're going to always pay the higher.
That's just really important, because the rule, if a wife has never earned or worked and doesn't have any Social Security, at a certain stage, she gets 50% of yours.
Yes, a living spouse, yes.
You need to know that, if you're getting that 50% of your husband's, but he dies, you don't get that and
No.
the survivor benefits. A lot of people are confused about that.
So living spouse at full retirement, they get a 50% of whatever the number holder is getting. But if that number holder dies, then at that point they can get 100% at full retirement age. So again, 100% survivor, living spouse, only 50%.
Okay. Kylie, thank you for clearing up some of that,
Yes.
and giving us the numbers so that we can find out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you, and I just hope 2026 is a great year for all of us.
Yes, likewise. Thank you so much.
And we'll have you back again.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
And thanks for being with us, and I hope this has helped.